everyone, I'm doing another Get Ready With Me makeup video. This is a day-friendly smoky gray eye look that I could wear to a dressy luncheon during the day or out to dinner at night. It works either way. I'm using a brand new mineral foundation and a brand new lip and cheek tint. Both are from new companies I have not shown before. So if you'd like to see how I went from bare skin to this look, keep watching. I am starting with clean skin, no makeup on at this point. I just have an organic moisturizer and organic shea butter under my eyes and on my lips. I prep my skin by exfoliating with a combination of organic coconut oil and Himalayan salt, warmed it up in my hand and then massaged it into my face, rinsed it off with water, then wiped the rest of the oil off with a washcloth, rinsed with cold water, patted dry, then put on the moisturizers. I let that sit. It's probably been, my moisturizers have been on for probably an hour, maybe a little bit more, because I had breakfast, brushed my teeth, put my hair up, got dressed, all that sort of stuff. So let me show you what my skin looks like up close so you can see what I'll be working with. I have dark patches here, 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 and then forehead. I have pores, large pores here, wrinkles here, and wrinkles on my forehead. The Bareminerals foundation is new. I'm using two colors. I'm using Golden Medium 14 and Golden Fair 04. Now, I did try Bareminerals about 10 years ago. And in fact, I tried it twice. Once I tried their original formula, and then a year or so later when they came out with their matte formula, mineral-based powder, I tried it also. At the time, I didn't really know what color of skin I had or how to order colors, so I didn't like either one. But both of them came with one of these brushes, so that's where I got these brushes. They happened to come at that time. And they taught, and it was actually from a television program. I saw them demonstrating it, and they were showing how you put some powder foundation into the lid. And I'm sure you've all seen this on YouTube videos. Put it into the lid, swirl your brush around, tap, and then buff it into your skin. I tried that back then. It did not work for me. It unearthed all my dry patches. And back then, I would say I had more normal to oily skin. Even then, though, it would unearth dry patches because I was using exfoliators, chemical exfoliators, things to dry out my skin, which was breaking out. So just didn't work for me. So this time, I decided to try it again. So first I looked at the ingredients. I went first to the original formula. I wasn't comfortable with one ingredient, I think, in particular. So then I looked at the matte. And I was really more interested in the matte anyway because I would like to find a matte powder foundation. It's definitely matte, very matte. And the ingredients I was comfortable with. I looked them up, ranked about the same as all the other makeup I'm using. The important thing is Environmental Working Group talks about the amount of exposure. So the more you use it, the longer you keep it on your skin, the more a makeup is a risk to your health. So that's another reason why I always wash my makeup off at night, and I try not to wear it every day. I probably wear makeup a couple of days a week. But I feel comfortable with the matte. Okay, so this is a Sigma flat-angled Kabuki F88 brush. I used just this brush to apply this foundation and in my last video, which was my favorites video, and it gave me a medium to full coverage quickly, really quickly. I liked it, but for me, for everyday real life, I think I prefer light to medium just because it looks more real up close. It actually looked pretty good up close in real life. It's just I still feel like you can tell I have makeup on. In particular, the areas where I have issues, wrinkles, large pores and wrinkles. The more foundation I put on those areas, the more it emphasizes the wrinkles and the large pores. So I prefer to do lighter coverage in those areas and, you know, wrinkle area around my eyes. So I think for most of the time I would prefer to use both. Light where I want it with this and heavier where I want it with this. This is really great for applying a good amount and a wide area. So it's perfect for my area of dark discoloration here. So let me start with the foundations. I'm going to put two or both in a plate, actually, so I can mix them. What I'm going to do initially is apply a light amount of both of them over all my skin and then go from there. I know they recommend that you swirl it onto your skin, but like I said, that doesn't work for me. I like pressing it in. Okay, now I'm going to get out the Kabuki and I put it in the mixture of both. I'm going to lightly take some down my neck. This brush is great. This is an Airbrush concealer brush by Echo Tools. Love this thing for concealing. I'm about to do my eyes next, so I don't do any powder under my eyes, but I do take it up slightly because I will put blush there, so I don't want it grabbing the shea butter. So I will add more shea butter after I'm finished. Now I want to put some powder on my lids just to act, I guess, as a, what do you call it? Primer. I don't use a primer. I'm using a eye shading brush by Echo Tools. I'm going to use some of the lighter in the corner of my eye where it's darker, but lightly because I have crepey skin on my upper eyelid. I mean a lighter application. I'm also going to apply it under my lashes. The eyeshadow I'm using is by GRWM. It's charcoal. I like this because it's very matte. I'm using a, well, it doesn't have a name. It's just by 100% Pure. It's an eyeshadow brush. I think I'm going to protect myself from fallout because I always get it all over me. I cannot work with a dark foundation, I mean a dark eyeshadow, any further than just on my movable part of my lid. I've seen some women do great smoky eyes, but I have so much texture on the upper part of my lid, crepiness, wrinkles, that it just seems to emphasize it on me. So the darker colors I have to keep on my movable lid. I have been able to use some really, really light matte shadows there, but they have to be light colored. Like a light colored transition shade. Now I'm going to take a, what is this? Eye shading brush by Echo Tools. And just smooth out that line, the demarcation line, gently, because I don't like rubbing on that area. It's just too dry, and any fierce sweeping just makes it even drier and more crepey looking. I don't feel like those are even. I guess they're okay. But I want to darken my lid, the part closest to my lid. I mean, the part closest to my eyelashes. Hard to tell. Now I'm taking it underneath my eyelashes, lower lashes, just the outer 1/3. Now I'm using a smudge brush. This is by Echo Tools. I feel like it's still got a pretty strong line, demarcation line. Just going to put a little bit of foundation and just smooth it over the line. Now for mascara. I'm going to be using Pacifica Aquarian Gaze Water Resistant Long Lash Mineral Mascara. Also going to comb it out so it has a more natural look. So I'm going to use this comb by Tweezerman Lash Comb. This thing is really great. It has really fine teeth that are metal. So I have to be careful not to poke myself with it because it's really sharp. I'm really slow with my makeup. I'm slow really with anything I do. Okay, that's one set of top lashes finished for the moment. I may have to go back because I'm trying to make them even. These seem to be straighter. So, oh darn. I often have to go back and forth to get them to look the same. I have one that's sticking straight up. I don't remember that being the case when I was in my 20s and 30s. Same with my eyebrows. They go all different directions. I wonder if it's because they were trimmed and then I continued to trim them. I went for the first and last facial I ever had. Before I knew it, she was trimming my eyebrows, and since she'd already done one, I didn't say anything. It was too late then, and so she could do the other one. But then I kept doing it after that because I thought, oh, it's too late. They've already been trimmed. But I wonder if I had never trimmed them again, does it really make a difference? Does it make them grow funny? I've heard that it does, that I should have never continued to trim them. I never would have had that happen, but I don't know. Does anybody know? Does it make a difference? Because now, at this age, they grow all different directions, and I have to definitely trim them. I don't know. But if you're, if you haven't done it yet, I wouldn't do it. I also wish I hadn't plucked them as much as I did when I was younger because it didn't grow back. Okay, I've put so much on this side to try to make them match this side. They now are thicker than this side, so I have to put more on this side. Stop, stop. Should have stopped while I was ahead. I constantly wipe off the comb, otherwise it gets so clumpy in here, it doesn't work. Now, lower lashes. I always, if I'm combing my lashes, put Kleenex underneath. I've been doing this since I was a teenager. Actually, I learned to do this at a charm school. I went to Sears Charm School. My mother took me to Sears Charm School when I was 13. I was so excited. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and they taught me how to put on mascara, and they showed putting it on like this, combing it out, and then putting a Kleenex under your lower lashes. I don't normally do 2 coats on my lower lashes, but I messed them up. Next, I'm doing a new lip and cheek tint. This is by RMS Beauty. We have mascara all over me. And the pot is actually glass. The color is, what's the color? Diabolique, I think. Diabolique. It's a really pretty dark wine color. So I'm going to be applying it with a stippling brush. I have 2 of these. One I use for dry blushes and one for wet. This is by Eco Tools. As I mentioned in my last video, makeup video, I put the blush close to my nose. I know that's breaking the rules, but I like the way that looks on me. The last 2 things I'll be doing is putting on shea butter and the lip tint. So I will apply the shea butter right here where I put the foundation and where I have wrinkles. It really emphasizes the wrinkles, so I like to put the shea butter back on. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand to warm it up, and then take it out like you would a highlighter. As I said in my last video, I've been doing this since high school, originally with Vaseline, and then later with petroleum jelly, and then with shea butter. I don't know, I think I discovered shea butter 8, 9, 10 years ago. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let this sit for about 15 minutes, and then I'll come back. Now, normally I don't put the shea butter anywhere else except my lips, but because this foundation is very matte, I'm going to put a little bit on my cheeks too, so to make the matte a bit more luminous, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't want to take off what I put on. Just... So I'll be back in 15 minutes and we'll pat off the shea butter and put on the lip tint. It has been about 15 minutes and the only thing I did was I noticed I had some mascara a little bit under both my eyes, so I did wipe off the mascara. And also the eyeshadow is a little bit uneven underneath anyway, so I think I want to add a little bit more eyeshadow. Now I want to pat off the excess shea butter, make sure my finger is clean. This is the Lip and Cheek Tint, Diabolique. I found two ways to apply it. If I want a darker lip, I apply it with a lip brush. If I want a lighter, more natural lip, I just apply all of it with my fingers and then I get a blurred line all over. But I think I want to do it a bit darker. Not too dark, but a bit darker, so I'm going to use a lip brush. I'm going to actually do a more blurred look down below. I prefer it blurred down below and a bit more defined on top. Now I'm going to put it in the middle. This is a terrific stain. That has a more matte finish. It's not as dry as liquid stains that, you know, dry on your lips down to a stain. It's pretty moisturizing, and if you don't have dry lips, I think it's fine. My lips are dry though, so I want just a little bit. So that is my finished makeup look. I'm not going to do my eyebrows just because I still haven't found an eyeshadow or a brow color that would work with my brows. I did order brow stencils, but I still haven't used them because I haven't found a color. So for now, we're going with natural but patchy brows. But I want to back up so you can see my hair, because some of you have asked if I ever wear it up, so I wanted to show you how I do wear it when I occasionally wear it up. So this is what it looks like in this loose bun. I don't wear it like this when I go out simply because I wear a hat, a big wide brim hat all the time, pretty much all the time, even when it's cloudy, to keep the sun off my face, neck, and chest. And you just can't wear a hat with a high ponytail or a bun. But I do wear it like this if I am swimming in the pool and I don't want to get my hair wet, or I take a bath, or I'm just at home. But more often than this way, I wear my hair in a loose braid and usually put it on the side. definitely messy, sometimes messier than others, but it's neat how it's just 2 pins. If I can find them online, I will put them on my blog. What you do is you twist them in. Here's one. And then you untwist them out. So here's what they look like. That's it. That's all that's in my hair. Just wear it like that really for home, not when I'm out. But they're handy. I like that I don't have to use a rubber band, so it doesn't cause pressure, and you can do it very loosely and they still hold tight. So that is my finished makeup look. Don't know what the hair looks like at this point. If you've got any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section down below, especially if you have used Bareminerals, the matte, how you apply it, if you have dry skin or if you don't have dry skin. Me, I like to push it in, but some of you it may work better to swirl it in like they tell us we're supposed to do, so let me know. I thank you so much for watching my video. I will put all the information about everything I talked about on my blog, and that link to my blog will be down below. It will say all item links. Also, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my blog if you are not already a subscriber, because my subscribers find out firsthand when I've posted a new blog post or a new video. And I post maybe once a week, at the most twice, and sometimes not for a couple of weeks. So I don't inundate your mailbox with a lot of emails. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.